Dogecoin's seen an insane 140% over the last few days. Are we about to see Dogecoin put in its biggest pump towards the upside? When do we get in? Let's dive in and take a look in today's Doge update. Guys, jumping into the Doge chart, looking at the 4-hour chart. Now I know that this crypto has evoked emotions in people that people haven't seen since around this time last year when crypto was at all-time highs. And this video, we're going to look at what's going on in Doge. And in this video, I want to look at those emotions and when we need to wait to get involved. If you are patient in crypto, here's a secret, then you're going to actually make some money. If you are impatient, you're going to buy the tops and you're going to sell the bottoms and you're going to panic, you're going to lose sleep, you're going to lose hair, and these are things that we don't want to lose, right? So let's pay attention to what's going on in the market. Really, when we see a big green candle, what did I tell you to do last time? Don't buy big green candles. Why do we not buy big green candles? Well, guys, because then we get dumped into these sort of spaces. If you were buying up here and then you ended up down here at what, negative 23%, then you're going to be pretty sad because you could have just waited, and then instead of being around buying here and then currently still being sat in the red, you'd have actually had an opportunity to buy this low down here, see yourself another 39% up, or potentially if you didn't sell 15.8%. But I would take 15% up over 23% down. I'm sure you would probably do that as well. So what do we need to identify to know whether or not we're going to be trading and making money in Doge in the coming weeks? Well, yesterday big things changed with regards to the Fed, and things in crypto appear to be starting to make moves. So right now I'm identifying things like Dogecoin as potentially being the ringleaders for driving crypto forward. Obviously we've had a big bit of news, Elon Musk and Twitter and all that excitement. The news does bring more people into the space and speculating buys, but the big money will still control the charts, and the big money are the ones we want to follow because we don't want to follow the small money because they line the pockets of the big money. So you get what I mean, right? Diving into the chart, guys. What have we identified on a 4-hour chart? And then we're going to look at what's been going on in like some of the smaller time frame charts. So here we can see after this big pump, we had a nice retest down towards this level. Now, crucially, we didn't retest back down towards this level. That doesn't necessarily mean that it can't continue up, and it has to come down to here at any point, right? We need to identify some other things. What we do have here, guys, quite clearly is a higher high, right? So that high, then this high. So we're moving in this direction. Quite clearly the trend is moving in this direction. Right now, it does look like we formed another higher low. So we would say that we're still in an uptrend. First tick, okay, we're in an uptrend. We're looking for buys. When do I get my buy? Well, what we're going to do is we're zooming in to a 1-hour chart. What we need to do, guys, identify some areas like this one, like this one, like this one. Now I'm going to count to 3 and I want you to tell me what these all have in common. 1, 2, 3. Yes, they're all massive green candles. This is a multi-billion-dollar market cap coin, guys. So for it to move that much isn't a bunch of guys who are sat there reading Twitter, sat in their underpants, and then just buying into the market with a few $100 here and there. Sorry if that's you, no offense. But this is clearly big money, right? What big money will do is buy a market and they'll wait for it to return to a level that they're comfortable to buy at. If you're buying it like 8 cents and it's going to make $1 billion, they're not trying to buy the top of these guys, because if you $1 billion and it drops 25% on you, that's like $250 million. You don't want to lose $250 million. The reason they've got $1 billion is because they didn't buy big green candles, right? But what we can see is pullbacks. When we're getting these pullbacks into these zones, well, we need to start paying attention. So what we can see is clearly an area through here. I'm going to make it green. And the reason I'm making it green is because it's at the bottom and it tells me I can only buy in green zones, so that I don't try and buy breakouts to the downside and get wrecked. But this is important. Because we're getting higher lows, guys, chances are it's not going to come back into this zone. So what else can we identify that's been going on here? Well, you can see, guys, this big green candle push out of here. Just before it, we had consolidation. Okay, so we know that this is likely to be an area that they come back to. So we're in an uptrend. We've been waiting for a pullback. We get our pullback. Do I dive in and buy this area here when we get our pullback? No, obviously not, guys, because I don't know whether it's going to continue down into this area. Remember our first green box? I don't really know which is the zone yet. I need to confirm where my zone is. So when I get my first touch, of the zone. Then I'm paying attention. How have I marked this zone as well, and why is it a zone and not a line? Well, I want you to pay attention. In fact, I didn't draw it very well. Look at this red candle just before this green one. I'm actually going to draw my zone around there. Okay, so each end of the wick, the candle beforehand. That shows me where the consolidation was happening before we get into this push. Could go a little bit lower towards that green wick if you so wish. Doesn't necessarily matter that much, guys. Okay, and we can see what's happened. We come into this zone. We then get a spike towards the upside and a push down. One thing to also note while we're on the topic, and we get these little kind of pushes like this, and then you get a big wick like that. Be very careful, guys. These tend to be liquidity soak-ups, and it tends to mean the price is going to move further away. Didn't happen. So what we've now seen is a push up here, push back down here. Sorry about the motorbike noise. Someone next door is really trying to drive me crazy. What we then got happen here, guys, we didn't really come in to this area that much. Remember, this is the very first push, okay? First push here. What we're looking for is the price to move away and come back in. And what's really, really key, if you were to say this is the line of support, and if it breaks through here, then it's going to continue on down. This is why we draw zones, and yes, it's even broken beyond the zone. But what's happened straight after that is we get a big buy up. Now, where we can see a big buying opportunity would have been here, right? So if I'm looking at putting in a long position, I would look for the end of this big green candle, because we push down, we get a nice wick, we get this green candle showing me buying pressure. I can put a stop loss under this zone. Remember, that's clearly a key area there. I don't anticipate it coming much further down because it's done it aggressively. After it's touched the box once, I want it to get as deep into that box again as possible. Go up, guys. Right, so once it's been in the box and it's rattled around in there for a while, it's now seemingly pushing out. We've had another really nice push candle. What we are still seeing is a bit of a kind of sideways action. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, we've got a stop loss there, preventing me from losing more than I can afford to lose. Remember, only risking like 1%, 0.5%, depending on your account. If you've got a small account, go to my Forex funds or something where you can get like 50k or 100k account for like $500 or $250, something like that. Don't go and risk like $10,000 or $100,000 of your own money when you can use someone else's. No brainer. myforexfunds.com. Not affiliated to them. My only ask is that you like this video in order to repay me for that little knowledge gem. So what we've got, right, is we've come out of this area, we've pushed up, and now we're starting to push even higher again. Obviously, I'm not going to take a 1-to-1 risk to reward, but what have I got? Potential 3-to-1 back to all-time highs. So if I'm on my 100k account and I'm risking $1,000, that's $3,000 trade that I can do from this, which is a high probability setup. Remember, I might lose that $1,000, just so you know. But what we've got right now, if you're looking to just buy and hold, this is exactly the same concept. Don't worry, I'm just talking day trading stuff, but just so you are aware. What else we've got to pay attention to, and I don't like to use trend lines because they are a bit kind of like make-believey, but they do pay a little bit of dividends when it comes to crypto, guys. Okay, so what we're seeing right now is an interesting downtrend line. What we've had very nicely there is a morning star pattern. Okay, this is morning star. We've got the bigger red candle, this one, followed by a little green wicked candle, and then the green here, which is showing you that the market has tried to push down and is now being bought up at higher levels. This again is a higher low, so it would not shock me if in a very short space of time we're breaking beyond here. And then where will Doge go? Well, you can see that the next push is going to take you back to all-time highs, another 20%. This could happen in a very short space of time. So what we really need to be looking at, are we going to buy now? Personally, I think this is a good buy zone for Doge. I could be wrong, so don't go and use more money than you can afford to lose. This is not me giving you advice. Go and do some research, try and understand it. If you just want to blindly jump in and buy what I've been telling you to buy, then on your head be it. Not my problem if you lose money, guys. Obviously, guys, trading and stuff is for grown-ups. So if you lose money, then don't act like a child. Just want to put that out there because I get a lot of sadness coming through the comments sometimes. So, breaking beyond all-time highs. Where can we go? Well, we've got, guys, is a Fibonacci tool, which is also very handy, right? So put from the swing high down to the swing low here, which is showing key areas. 0.382 has been providing us with some resistance. You can see how it's been reacting. If we're breaking through the 382, we'll come to the 0.5, and then the 0.618, and then ultimately the breakout target for this pattern. And then ultimately we will be looking towards the 1.618 on this, from current levels, that's looking at like 37% gains. Now, if we jump out to the weekly chart, then there's obviously a much bigger picture to be thinking about. Like Dogecoin right now has the potential to go up to all-time highs again, 458%. If we're taking a really crazy swing low, swing high from the Fibonacci, then guys, you can see we will then end up here, which is what, 1.16. For percentage-wise, we're looking at what, 797%. Now, that is a very bold statement, and then that's literally like kind of random kind of idea of what potentially might happen based on what I saw last year with various other cryptos in bull markets. The whole global economy right now is still suffering, guys. The interest rates in the US have been hiked up massively. What does that mean for us? It means that less people want to put money in crypto, because lots of people previously were borrowing money to put into crypto, but now it costs like 3 or 4% to borrow that money. Less people are willing to do it. People also have less money and are less willing to put spare cash into investments like crypto. So pay attention to what's going on in the markets, in the global markets. Yesterday, big news from the Fed. It's starting to shift. The US dollar starting to crumble a little bit. I think it could do with another push, and then it will start to fall. If Bitcoin and everyone still has savage days of red days, like 5% down, 10% down, Doge will also feel that pain. Yes, Doge has seen a big push beyond the rest of the market recently, but that doesn't mean that it's going to continue forever. So don't go and rush in using too much money. If you go and say put in $100 and it goes down 20% and you buy another $100, then you're only down theoretically 10%, something like that. I think that maths is correct. So just dollar cost average in. Don't lump all of your money into any trade. You shouldn't put all of your crypto portfolio into one coin, and definitely not one Dogecoin, guys, because Dogecoin is volatile, a picture of a dog coin, but still going to have potentially great utility with Twitter and things going forward. Guys, if you enjoyed that, haven't done it already, smash the thumbs up button, thank you. And if you're new to the channel, you want to learn more about Dogecoin, Ethereum, Solana, how to make trades, how to make sensible trades, get in my Telegram group, first of all, link down below in the description. And you can also subscribe to this channel, that would be great. And share it with your friends, I'd also appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you soon in the next one.